Hey everyone, welcome to my sewing channel. Today's video is a full tutorial on my very first sewing pattern, the Amore Pant. I designed this pant pattern for petite bodies just like mine because I know how hard it is to find fun pants that actually fit and don't need to be hemmed. These pants come with a high waistband that sit on our natural waist, a true wide leg, pockets of course, and an invisible zipper at the back. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started.
We'll start by sewing the darts on the front and back pant legs. Here on the fabric you can see the marking I made, which is my setback point. When I actually sew this dart, I'm going to finish a ½ inch away so that this hole is covered. Sew the darts on the front and back pant leg. Remember to back stitch at the beginning but not at the end. You'll want to leave your threads long at the end so that you can secure your dart by tying a knot 3 times. Once all of your darts are sewn, take it to the ironing board and iron your front darts towards the center front and your back darts towards the center back. Working with the 2 front pants, I have both my in pockets. This is the crotch and this is the side seam. I'm going to sew the in pocket to the side from the notch at the waist down to the side seam at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Next, we're opening up the pocket and pushing the seam allowance towards the side and doing a top stitch. Make sure you're grabbing the seam allowance while you sew. Grabbing the out pocket next, we can start to see the pocket coming together. Aligning the curved edges of the in pocket and the out pocket, we're going to sew along the curve a 1/4 inch. It's helpful to take this pocket to the ironing board now and just iron over the top stitch that you did, because next we're going to stay stitch the pocket down. So align the notches at the waist with the pocket edge and sew a stay stitch from the pocket opening to the dart. Make sure the dart is facing the center front. We're not going to sew this part of the pocket because we still need to serge it. Then we're going to start by serging the curve of the pocket, and this is why we didn't want to sew it down. So go ahead and clean that edge, and then once that's finished, serge the crotch, the side seams, and the hem. When we get to this area of the pocket on the side seam, make sure that you are grabbing this piece with your serger. Once everything is cleaned, take a front and back pant and place them right sides together. Find the notches and sew side seams together with a ½ inch seam allowance. Once you've completed this for both of the pant legs, take it to the ironing board and iron both side seams open. While at the ironing board, grab your waistband pieces and your fusible interfacing. Attach the fusible interfacing to the back and front waistband. Make sure you're aligning the center back notches. When attaching fusible interfacing to fabric, you want to just press your iron with steam rather than slide the iron back and forth. And be sure to have the glue dots down against your fabric. So we're ironing the fusible interfacing to 2 of the back waistband pieces. They should be going opposite of each other. And 1 of the front waistband pieces, which should be cut on a fold. We're going to put the waistband to the side for now and take the pants, Put one leg right side out and turn the other wrong side out. Put the pant right side out inside of the one that is inside out. The right sides should be together. Align the crotch seam and sew from the front waist through the crotch and to the center back. Be aware of the 2 notches that indicate the center back and also the zipper opening, and don't sew past those notches. We're going to go back to our waistbands and attach those all together. One waistband will have the front and back with fusible interfacing and the other will not. Attach the front and backs at the side seam with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Once the back is attached to the front, go ahead and press open those seams. Pin the waistbands right sides together, aligning the side seam, the center, and the other side seam. Sew the curve with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. With your scissors, make some snips on the curviest part of the waistband. Be sure not to cut through the stitch you just made. Next, we're going to sew a top stitch. So open the waistband and push the seam allowance towards the waistband that doesn't have interfacing on it. This is called the facing. You want to gently pull the seams apart from each other as you sew and make sure to grab the seam allowance. Take the waistband to the ironing board and iron so the seam on the front rolls onto the back of the waistband. We're ready to attach the waistband to the pant. We're going to attach the side with the fusible interfacing. I went ahead and already serged the sides and the bottom without the fusible interfacing. Starting at the center back, right side to right side, aligning the center back and pin. This is a contoured waistband, so it's going in opposite directions. Take your time while sewing and pivot the fabric as you go. The side seams should be aligned. The center front should be aligned with the center front notch on the waistband. Then you're aligning the other side seam and ending at the center back of the pant. A helpful tip is to sew with the non-fusible side down on the feed dogs. We're sewing this at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. move on to installing the zipper. So we're going to open up the waistband and place our zipper along the center back. The teeth of the zipper should be away from the center back. A helpful tip here is to iron the teeth of the zipper open. This will just make it easier when you're sewing it down. Just be careful not to melt your zipper. So you're going to find the top stop, this plastic top part of your zipper, and you're going to place it 1/8 of an inch below the fold of your waistband, so right below the crease of your waistband. I've changed my sewing foot to an invisible zipper foot, and I am just being very careful not to pull the zipper and sewing just a couple of inches, maybe 2 inches below the center back notches. This is how I make sure that when I sew the other side of the zipper, the waistband seam aligns perfectly. So I go ahead and zip up my zipper before sewing the other side, and I just align where the zipper meets that seam line, and I mark it with chalk. You could also snip it with a scissor. And then I know that that part of the zipper has to align with the waistband seam, and that is how I ensure that everything aligns when I go to zip up that zipper. And also just a note, when I started, I went from the top of the pant down, and when I sew the other side of the zipper, I'm going from the bottom of the pant up. And I'm still going to end 1/8 of an inch away from that waistband crease. So we have the zipper installed, and now we have to clean that top edge of the zipper. We have to hide that. So open up your waistband once again, fold that top half of the zipper on a diagonal in towards the center back, and then fold over that top half of the waistband. So I'm going to do it again here on a diagonal. You're folding in and then over that waistband, and you can see that you're bringing that top stitch over, and then you're sewing along the teeth of that zipper. You're not going super up against it like you do when you sew the invisible zipper, but you do want to go right next to it. I usually change my foot here to a regular zipper foot. It allows me to get a little bit closer than the regular foot, and you should be able to have a nice clean finish. The final step of attaching this waistband is to stitch in the ditch. So making sure that the seam allowance is going up, you are going to stitch in the ditch right here along that seam line where the waistband meets the pant. Again, I changed my foot to a regular zipper foot. It helps me just see a little bit more clear, and take your time here. It's a little tricky, but you can pull the fabric away with your hands. Just make sure that everything behind it is facing in the right direction. For the hem of these pants, I like to do an invisible hem. So I get this 5/8 or half an inch of classic woven edge seam binding ribbon, and I just place a little bit at the edge of the hem, and I'm going to sew that all around the hem of both legs of the pants. When I get to the end, I'm gonna fold about like half of an inch under, just so I have a clean finish of the ribbon. Go ahead and back stitch, and then do a stitch that goes vertical, just so I can secure the ribbon correctly. Next, I'm taking just one layer of thread and a very thin needle, and I have already gone and ironed my hem allowance. This will make it easier. And I'm just going to take that needle and thread and create a blind hem. So I'm essentially picking literally one tiny thread loop of the fabric of the pant, one fiber of the fabric of the pant with my needle, and putting that through the ribbon. Now I like to space everything out about an inch apart, and I'm going to just do this around the entire pant. And if you can see your thread even a little bit on the right side of the pant, you have grabbed too much of the fabric and you need to grab less. Here's how it should look when you're finished. Completely invisible on the outside. And I've washed these pants in the washing machine. This stitch has stayed intact. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you make the Amore pant, please tag me on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks. Bye.